Welcome everyone to our sixth panel in the Hizmet conference, and it's gonna be about youth, gender, and identity. I am Hafsa Girdap from New York, and I'm gonna be moderating the panel for you here for this panel. My name is Hafsa Girdap, and I am the Executive Director of ASD, Advocates of Silence Turkey. It's a human rights organization. And also, I am a PhD candidate and teaching assistant at Stony Brook University at Women's Gender and Sexualities Department. Now, let's know more about our speakers today. We have 4 distinguished speakers who is gonna share their insights about youth, gender, and identity, which is my interest area in my academic work too. So I'm very, excited to hear from them. So it's gonna be a very short introduction about them. We have Asuman Celik. She's also a PhD candidate from Cincinnati University. And she's gonna be talking about youth involvement in the Hizmet Movement.
Hi, everyone. My name is Asuman. I'm a PhD student at University of Cincinnati in biomedical informatics. So a disclaimer, it was my first time writing a paper out of my profession, and it's my first time presenting a paper out of my profession, but I hope we can get it smoothly. So role and impact of FKM or FKM events in youth involvement in Hizmet movement. So we're gonna go deep in what is FKM or FKM events and what it has to do with impacting youth. So Hizmet movement started as a youth initiative movement in the early 70s, inspired by a young Islamic scholar in his late 20s, Fethullah Gulen, Hoca Efendi, and spread across the world. So it was a youth initiative movement. We have to remember this. But the youth was always in the center, and the services proves that, such as providing mentorship, accommodation, scholarships to support college students, education, college exam preparation courses, mainly in Turkey, dormitories and schools around the world. So youth was always in the center. But in today's world, we can see that Hizmet is aging, but hopefully it's numerically, because we hope that, because Hoca Efendi always refers to a term which is a feta ruhu, which means being young in souls and being active. And he represents this by himself at a maximum level. We need youth power, so we need to strengthen the bond between the young volunteers of Hizmet and the Hizmet today. So at all levels and all branches. So to be able to establish that connection, there was... Sorry.
No.
Got it. Okay. So, So FKM or FKM is a youth gathering event started in late 90s in Turkey. So it was like getting more than 100 students in a conference room like this. And FKM refers to Fırat Kültür Merkezi, which is Fırat Convention Center. So university or college students, we can say, getting together and meeting with Hoca Efendi and asking questions regarding Islam or Islamic topics, it doesn't have to be really Islamic. They can ask any questions to Hoca Efendi at that time. So it was really easy to be able to connect with Hoca Efendi at that time. And today we have FKM events again. It's a new version, an updated version, and we're going to look at that one today. And the study aims to report the impact of that event on youth. So yes, I actually talked about the history of FKM events, but let me just move on to the next slide. So young volunteers between age of 16 and 30, so it means including high school kids, across the United States have been gathering at the Chestnut Ridge Center since 2018 in every 2 months. So in every 2 months, we're in different branches of the Hizmet, for example, the dialogue service, the youth who are interested in dialogue services between age of 16 and 30 are getting together with Hoca Efendi and like telling him what they do, like reporting what they do. It is applied to all the branches, and one of the concerns of the Hizmet is exactly the youth. So we needed to create an environment to establish the connection between the new generation and Hizmet, but specifically with Hoca Efendi, because there's a language gap right now, the language barrier, I'm sorry, plus the age gap. And the main purpose is bringing youth and Hoca Efendi together and encouraging young generations to participate in various levels of Hizmet. Like we show how Hizmet started, they see the place where Hoca Efendi lives and everything, and it inspires them. In 2018, Chestnut Reed Center, where Hoca Efendi resides, started organizing youth gathering events, which is FKM, to support the students and establish that connection. So let's look at the FKM event agenda. So it lasts 12 hours from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. We have seminars, discussion sessions, main building tour, which is very critical for the students because they see where Hoca Efendi lived for years. They see where Hoca Efendi getting together with the students. And this is very inspiring because there are a lot of they've never been in there before, and they know the teachings of Hoca Efendi, they know the dedication of Hizmet volunteers, but they didn't see it, they didn't really experiencing it. So experiencing is a lot impactful than just telling them how Hoca Efendi lives, how he spends a day. So yeah, after main building tour, after they see how Hoca Efendi lives, if they get a chance, they can meet with Hoca Efendi, but like 90% they got the chance because Hoca Efendi is, youth is very important for Hoca Efendi. He actually emphasizes it. And at the end, we have a best practices session where students are getting connected with each other. And for example, if the audience is participating in mentorship, they are sharing their experiences in mentorship in different states across the United States. Okay, so there's a picture. There's a picture here which shows how students are getting together, but this is only one available. I personally attended FKM events more than 6 times, I guess. And it was better than this picture. We were in the main masjid area, getting together with Hoca Efendi and talking an hour. So, okay. So what did I do in this in this study? So we, of course, have a methodology. The data obtained from feedback surveys. After each FKM event or FKM events, we give the students a survey, a feedback survey. It comprises the foundation of a textual analysis. It has been interpreted to acquire insights into comprehending impact and role of FKM events in the youth involvement of the different branches of the movement. So let's look at the results. And yeah, there's a technical detail. If you are interested in R, I used RStudio and Python for that. Just collected the data and analyzed it. So we have one question on the survey that asks how was the seminars specifically, and 67% of the attendees marked excellent for the seminars that they attended in that day. Okay. This one shows the overall experience, rating the overall experience. We have excellent, we have very good, good. Actually, we have poor and fair options as well, but you don't see it here because they didn't choose it. So 69%, almost 70% marked this as excellent. And 66% of the participants attended for the first time. This shows the attendance frequency. We have a large amount of participants attended for the first time. It's really important because we can measure the impact in that way better. because they are only like participating like once that it was their first time. So I just wanted to show you, yeah, some comments on the surveys. An 18-year-old attendee says, FKM has inspired me to take part in Hizmet. I'm interested in contributing to mentoring. So this is really good. This 18-year-old probably just started college, so we can give them high school students. It's good. A 20-year-old attendee says, I know what Hizmet really is after attending this event. I will attend again for sure. A 16-year-old attendee says, I realize that there's so much I can do in Hizmet. This is really important here. So yeah, I said that in the beginning, Hizmet is aging. So people, like the connection between young people and Hizmet is getting weaker. But when they see it in the real place in where Hoca Efendi lives, and when they experience it, they are like getting more, they are willing to be more active in Hizmet. They are getting, like being willing to attend the services. Okay. So as a result, 462 participants between the age of 16 and 30 attended at the FKM events, at least once between 2020 and 22. Yeah, the data only shows between this time. I couldn't access the data later than that, but the FKM events started in 2018. So we have a 2-year gap. So we can like double that number. Almost 1,000 students attended. Almost 900 students were uniquely attended in each like FKM events. And almost 70% of the participants evaluated the FKM event as excellent. Of course, we have limitations in the study. First of all, if we want to measure the impact, we have to follow up the students, the participants. Okay, they said that they want to take in part, but did they? Like one of the students said, I want to take part in mentorship. So we need to see that if she or he did really take that job or like volunteering in mentoring. So the further research would be follow-up surveys conducted with follow-up surveys. And of course, we need to separate the high school students and university students because we have the new generation comes every 4 years now. So we have to measure, it needs to be more precise if we separate the high school and college students. So in conclusion, based on the survey results, 99.1% stated the meeting with Hoca Efendi. This is a specific part of the FKM. So we saw the overall FKM results now. 70% of overall FKM results were excellent, but 99% of the participants stated that meeting with Hoca Efendi motivated them to increase their participation in services of Hizmet Movement. So this can only, this data can show the impact of Hoca Efendi, like being in that atmosphere. And I'm sure most of you have experienced that and you can relate that. So is impacting youth at a different level. And organizing more events, event series, activities for youth in specifically Chestnut Center, where Hoca Efendi resides, is what I suggested, what we suggest in this study. Because it really strengthened the bond between the young participants of Hizmet and the Hizmet itself, like at every levels. And yeah, thank you so much for listening.